Hey everybody, Conceal Tactics. Just throwing this at the beginning of the clip, but actually you'll see another up here of me shooting, hopefully. This interview is with James, my friend, a new to concealed carry. He just got through with his class and actually did something which I've never seen anybody do. Actually got his license issued the same day as he went for it. Usually they make you wait anywhere from 3 days to 45 days. He went and they actually issued it and gave him the license the very same day, which is amazing. This is just a little follow-up on some thoughts, some of his thoughts on after going through the classes, safety, a little discussion on politics and gun laws and things like that. Really focusing on concealed carry and future concealed carry owners, things for you to think about again, things for you to be aware of if you're going to go through these classes, and also a little, sorry, I'm trying to drive here and think at the same time, a little bit of just discussion, things that you guys might find interesting. I'm hoping you do. I'm going to try to do a series here focusing on some senior citizens in concealed carry because it is becoming more and more popular. And I think that some people, like you'll see in the video, he talks about a couple that were recently robbed. I think when the realization sits in that the police aren't there for you all the time, and stuff happens to you, and they're there aftermath. I think some seniors and people are starting to feel that concealed carry is becoming a much more viable option. Being armed is being protected. All right, hope you guys enjoy the video. A little long, but not for everybody, but I just wanted to throw that out there for some people. You guys have a good day.
That's all right. We can,
So this is just impromptu. This is James. He just got done with his concealed carry class again, and just sort of get his opinion on the class. And now that he's a licensed concealed carry, what did you think about the class?
The class was excellent. The instructor knows just about everything he needs to know. And actually, the class, we got a lot more than what was called for. He wasn't supposed to do some of the things he did, but it was very good. And to learn the safety aspects and everything else, and he's a great instructor. Great instructor. He just, like I said, with all the demonstrations in the classroom and everything else, and showing everybody what to do, it was really great, even before we got to the range.
And you and me went out to the range in our previous video when we first started shooting. Is there anything that maybe I might have neglected to show you, or did show you that maybe he didn't show you, that maybe stuck in your mind, that in safety or anything like that?
Not really. Not really. The only thing is that because of the amount of time, we went a lot more than 2 hours. We didn't get an opportunity to go through the cleaning process like you did with me. And I cleaned it as best I could. And it's probably not good enough, but that's the only thing. I mean, everything else you did was exactly the same, and it's because you went through it, you knew exactly what to highlight. And it was great. Without that, I think I would have been very nervous. When you get somebody looking over your shoulder, looking to grade you, it's like when you were in school.
Did he run the timer?
No, they didn't do that. And I was shooting with my right hand for the first few, and we never really got the left hand and stuff. I tried it on my own.
Oh, okay.
He basically left, because there was 3 of us, he left us pretty much alone. He would tell us what to do. First 5 shots, single round, and pull the target in. And then after that it was 5, and then after that it was 10. So you know how quick I went through 100.
Right.
I was out within 40 minutes of my hour, of the first hour. But it was good. I would have liked to shoot another 100.
And once you start shooting, it's fun because you can work on. There's always something to work on.
Yeah. But what I'm going to do when I go out is I'm going to just put 5 in. That's it. Because that way I'm not going to rush through it, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to look at what I did, and then I'm going to do 5 more and the same thing so I can correct. But like I said, 3 out of 10 bullseye is not terrific. But then for twice on the range, I don't know. So, I mean, if you think about it, the target's this wide. How wide will your person be? That wide. So if you can get on the paper, then you're pretty much going to hit him somewhere.
Now, do you feel a lot more confident with your safety in the?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I do. I mean, it's still, it's still a gun. It's still a deadly instrument. And I guess it'll be a long time. I mean, it's like the first time with the guitar. I was uncomfortable with it. Now I'm not so uncomfortable. It'll be the same way with the gun. As I go out more and more and shoot it more and more, the safety aspects will become just like getting up in the morning, getting out of bed.
Have you been going through any of the drills we were talking about where the gun's unloaded and you're pressing, not getting your finger in the drill, like picking up the gun and different things like that? You get more comfortable with that?
Yeah, I did that. Actually, I did that for a couple days before I went in for the actual training, because I didn't want to look like a fool. And I'd lay it down on the table and then I'd cock it, put it back, put the magazine, the whole shot. Did that about 40 or 50 times. And the book that comes with the course offers you a whole bunch of shooting skills. You probably saw it, the one that's
right,
a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11. And I'm going to start utilizing that when I go out. I'm going to try to do the drills with that. But yeah, you got to drill. I mean, before you go for something like that, it's always nice to be more prepared.
And now the thing of it is also, now that you have it, and if I know you're not really confident yet of carrying quite with it, but when you start to carry, the big thing is you have to keep increasing those skills. I mean, you have to practice more in different things. Once you get past the target shooting and getting comfortable, then what I'd like to do with you this summer is we'll go out to, we're going to build a range, hopefully outdoors, and we're going to be able to practice some things that you can't do in the range.
Yeah.
Drawing, holstering, different types of positions, things like that, where you can't really work with it in range.
I've been looking
You'll be able to walk,
outside,
walking forward, backwards, adjusting targets, different things like that. Any other real thoughts on the classes or the tests or the?
Well, as you said, the test test was what it was. I mean, but of course I got the one with the revolver and the magazine wrong because I didn't read it. I tell my students that you're supposed to read the question. I didn't, and I got one other wrong. So I got 2 questions out of the 50, and the other one was something to do with sighting. And but it's relatively easy if you put your head into it in that class. Basically, there's no way you could fail. There's no way you could fail. And the same on the range. I mean, if you just listen to what they tell you and do everything they say, and if you get the opportunity before to actually spend some time with the gun, because a lot of folks might even rent the gun there. I mean, they may not even have a gun.
Did you notice a lot of people who didn't own guns? Yeah,
amazingly, about a third of the folks that were there, but there was a lot of families. So there was a grandma and a grandpa, a daughter, the daughter of them, and then the granddaughters, which is kind of unique. 4 folks from the same family.
And this is something that I'm going to probably do a little series on, but and you're probably going to, you're part of it right now, is seniors, people above 50, 60 years old starting to get their concealed carry a little bit more concerned. Did you notice a lot of seniors in there?
There was...
Or ladies even.
Yeah, well, there was a 77-year-old couple that lived up in Prairie that their house was broken into. And that kind of settles it. And last night I heard that there's a rash of break-ins in Lake, which is where we live. And, the thing was they were fortunate they didn't come home in the middle of it. But they decided then and there, because they had lost a lot of stuff, some that was uninsurable. So they lost their shirt. And the guy said he had rifles. He was even muzzle loaders all over the place in the house. They didn't take a gun. They took jewelry, because you can melt down the gold.
Well, also that, but also guns are usually traceable. They have serial numbers.
Exactly, yeah, and I was trying to explain to him. But yeah, I've seen it, and I think there's going to be a lot more older folks. There were, like I said, there was another group that was older. Most of them were young people, young men, young women. There was a couple couples, that weren't married, that were both going through the training at the same time, and there was a mother and a father and a son. They were in their 50s, and the son was like in his mid to upper 20s. But yeah, there's a concern for the older folks, because that's who they're attacking right now.
I was just wondering, did you see a lot of women there?
Yeah, about half of the class. There were 16, so 8 of them were women.
Okay.
Which amazed me. And of course, they turned out to be the best shooters, amazingly.
Yeah, they do that. more consistent for some reason. I'm not sure why. A lot of times, I've seen some awesome women shooters.
Yeah.
And guys who are shooting all over the place.
Yeah. I'm thinking if a couple of them were with the 22s, and I'm thinking it might be a little easier with a 22 because there's no kick.
Right.
There's no kick at all, and it's not as loud. So that, I was kind of sensing when the blast would be. And when I did that, I was moving my hand like you showed me. Yes.
Anticipating,
and they all go
low
down
left.
here in this corner,
Yep.
lower left, yeah. So if you have that problem, that's what it is. Anticipation of the blast.
Yeah, that's excellent. But we were just discussing deadly force and stuff, and a lot of people discuss the fact that they're pacifists and that they don't want to do anything harmful to anyone, which is great. If that's what they want to do, great. But you put them in a scenario where their wife and their children are being beaten or raped or molested, and almost 90% of them, you ask them what they're going to do, they say, well, I'm going to run in and grab a baseball bat or something and beat the crap out of the guy. But, so all of a sudden they snap into reality, the fact that, it's all right to bludgeon somebody to death, but
not to shoot them.
But it's not good to shoot them. So we were just discussing that fact. What do you feel about that?
Well, again, it's taking a life, but it depends on the situation. In the book the book I told you about, the other one with the pictures that I bought, it gives you three things. It says, number one, don't get in a situation where you're going to be in a problem. In other words, know your surroundings. And if you can get away, run. But if you can't, then you have to make a decision on whether you're going to be involved in this or you're going to let somebody take you down. So at that point, I think if you realize that the danger is that imminent, then you're going to use that gun to protect yourself. And that's it. I don't think you even think about it. But I can't envision somebody who's carrying running. I don't think, because you're going to get shot in the back. So I'm not so sure these books.
Well, what they're trying to say though at that point is you can't be the offensive person. You need to do everything you can to defuse the situation before you use that deadly force.
Yeah. Like words like "give me a little of that," "I'll take a little of that." You don't say that to somebody.
No, you don't. You don't say "come on."
Come on, yeah. Come right on. We're here.
Yeah. No, you don't do that. You need to diffuse the situation. From a legalities sense of point, and to the point of, in my personal opinion, I don't want to use it if I don't have to.
No. Well, you already know. You read the newspaper, you see what goes on with people that do defend themselves, and you got to make sure that what you do was the right thing.
So what are you feeling about the gun-free zones that you see, like now another shooting here at Virginia Tech because it's a gun-free zone?
Well, we know the laws are in the wrong direction, that's for sure. This one about 21-year-olds can't carry guns, but they can go over to war at 18. I mean, that's stupidity. I thought all schools were off limits for guns. Now you're telling me there's gun-free?
Well, no, not. There are some colleges that have. There's I believe around 30 colleges that have able to carry at.
Well, think about this. This is the second time at Virginia Tech, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
is the policies working?
No, it's not working. But that's usually usually, whether it's a traffic light or whether it's this or that. Usually after the first death, the laws change. But why isn't it doing that at Virginia Tech? I don't understand.
Well, they don't change it because they feel gun-free zones are going to protect people, and gun-free zones don't protect people. Look at California, Black Friday. There was more people robbed in California on Black Friday, families, because they know that they don't carry guns.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of that happening in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, no, they say, and the statistics are there. I mean, the NRA is presenting those, where they say places where people carry, the crime rates are lower. Well, it's the nature of the beast.
The concept is an armed society is a polite society.
Yeah. That's like the bumper sticker that says a man with a gun is a citizen, a man without a gun is a slave. Did you see that bumper sticker?
Yeah,
I've been trying to get one of those, but it's true.
Well, that's great. Well, just a little update on James's concealed carry classes, how it went. He's now a licensed concealed carry handgun license here in Ohio, and he's going to be going for his Pennsylvania one here shortly also. So again, we live really close to the Pennsylvania border. It takes us less than an hour to get there,
Yeah.
so it's important because it's easy to cross the border.
Oh yeah,
And
make a mistake.
Yeah, you make a wrong turn and you're on a back road. You're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, all right, thanks, James, for your time, and I appreciate your thoughts on all this and letting me interview you.
Well, thank you. You've been very helpful.
All right, great. We're gonna have some more of him, and when we go shooting some more now after the holidays here, he'll keep getting better. By next year, he'll be like,
Yeah.
be like Charles Bronson.
It's-
Maybe
Gotta watch-
Dirty Harry.
Gotta watch. You watch some movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Death Wish.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks. Well, I hope you enjoyed our chat with James. Just a little insight on somebody new to carrying a gun and concealed weapons. You guys have a good day.